For the development of a country, schools are one of the most important things. So I was very happy when this year I traveled a lot in Tanzania. I crossed almost all the country, and I met a lot of teachers because in the buses there are often teachers, and I had a lot of opportunities to hear about schools, about very different schools. I visited a private school which is organized by a German retired school teacher, and I heard about a private school from a commercial company which has a quite good reputation, and I also heard a lot about the governmental schools. What I found out is that everybody who is able sends his children to private schools. One of the reasons why the tour guides mostly have only 2 or 3 children is because they say they want to send their children to private schools, and that would be too expensive if they would have more children. The governmental schools often have a very bad reputation. In this video you will hear about a governmental school not so far from Arusha. It's about 1 hour drive from Arusha, and Lizy tells us how this school works. So I'm happy to be able to give you some first-hand information about governmental schools in Tanzania and the problems of those schools. One thing interesting I want to mention before I begin with the interview, that Lizy is working there since 1 year. She's not employed by the government, but she gets some money from the parents. The parents seem to be quite engaged. So 7 of the teachers of the school, there are 6 employed teachers in that school, and 7 more are educated teachers who have not yet employment and get some money from the parents of the children. Hello, that is Lizy. I met her in the bus. When I came from, what was the place where you came into the bus?
I came from Kahama.
From Kahama to Arusha, and we spoke about many things, but for example about school. So tell me, what kind of school are you?
I'm at Monduli Primary School. There I was a teacher but not employed. I almost I've been there for 1 year.
What did you do before you came there?
Justice?
What did you do before you came to the school in Monduli?
I was just studying at the college. After college, then I just stayed there as a volunteer teacher.
Okay. How long did you study?
For almost 3 years.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, about your background, you told me already on our journey that you were born at Lake Victoria?
Yes, I was born there, and it is my hometown where I had father, mother, and my siblings are there. We are 6 children. 1 is a boy, and the others are girls.
And did are all of them so courageous to go to other town to study, or did many of them stay at home?
All of us, we went to school, and others are still at school. So just I've finished up.
Oh, the others are still at school.
Yes.
I see. What are your siblings? What are they doing? What are they learning at the moment?
For this moment, they're just studying. They have nothing to do, only studying.
Okay. You told me about this school. It's in Monduli. That is about 1 hour away from Arusha. Mm-hmm. And as I heard, it is a town where mostly Maasai are living there.
Yes, that's Monduli. Almost half of the place they're living Maasai people, and we just committed as also Maasai because that is the place, and we are just like a newcomers. So we just participate there our activities for schools, and after that we went home. That is all the timetable of there.
Okay. Your school has how many pupils?
There are 800 pupils and 6 employed teachers and 7 unemployed.
Yeah, that's something which I found really interesting, that 7 of the teachers, they are not employed by the government, but they get some money from the parents of the children.
Yes, of course. Those 7 teachers who had not employed, they're just getting the salary from the parents. When parents contribute, then they've been paid by parents, not the government.
Okay. And you work as much as the employed teachers, or do you have less work?
I'm just an employed teacher, just a volunteer.
Yeah, but you have to work as much as the employed teachers, or less?
Actually work as much as unemployed and more than those who had been employed there, because we need to be hard workers so that we could get employed.
Okay, and you told me there are quite a lot of children in every class. Could you tell us again?
Actually, in a single class, there are almost 60 pupils in a one class.
In which range of age? What are the youngest? What are the oldest in your class?
Their age started from 9 to 10 years, maybe in standard 6. They are, 8 years to 10. And in standard 7, they are 11 years to 14.
Okay. And do you think your children like to go to school?
Actually, according to their tribe, many of them are Maasai. So the school, it is one of the things which they don't like and they don't prefer. Just they've been there by force.
Oh, I see. What kind of force is there used to do them to school?
Maybe you can say this. If the police officers came at the village and found that no any student who is at school, their parents and children, they get punishment. So people, they are afraid of that punishment. That way they take their children by force at school.
Are they interested in what you are teaching?
Actually, by now I'm interested in it, but on that time I didn't like teaching.
You don't like teaching?
Yes.
Oh, what would you prefer to do?
In my life, all my dreams, I would prefer to be a lawyer so that I can take all procedures about law. Only that.
I see. What subjects are you teaching?
In that school, the subject which I are taking for the pupils, it is English, mathematics, science, and sports and games.
Okay, and which one do you like best?
The best, I like science. Or you can say that some people say that biology.
Biology.
Okay.
Okay. And the children are like that best also?
No, children like sports and games because they get much time to relax and do anything more than studying maybe mathematics, English.
They like sports. How much sports do they do every week?
Per week, we normally have football and netball. But during weekends, we had this basketball where there are coaches from Arusha town who came and taught them how to play basket.
I see. I didn't understand totally. So tell me again, how many hours sports do your pupils have every week in school?
During on Wednesday, they're almost having 3 hours for sports.
3 hours.
Yes.
And what did they do in those 3 hours? What kind of sports?
They're skipping the rope, learning along the ground, playing football, playing netball, handball,
Yeah.
and etc.
And that's what I like most.
Yes.
And you like it also?
Oh, so much. I like it.
Okay. So your favorite would be to have more sports and less other things at school. Would that?
No, not that. I did not plan that to have much sport than less of doing other things. Sports is one of my I can say my break. If I'm tired of something, I can go to get sports.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's difficult, you can just do some sports. If it's difficult to keep the children together, you can do some sports.
Of course, yes. I can do, because some of the students, if you take them to the class, they don't understand. Maybe they can just go on sleeping, shouting in the class. So you take them to the ground just to set up their mind, then you take them back to the class.
I see. Do all the children speak Kiswahili very well?
No, that is very it's just to make us this. They normally speak Maasai language, not Kiswahili.
Yeah, okay.
So Kiswahili is just a harito.
Okay. That is a problem. How many % of the children speak Maasai at home?
Oh my gosh. Almost I can say like 60% of them speaks Maasai.
Okay, that is a special difficulty. And you don't speak Maasai as far as I know?
Yes, I don't know and I don't speak that.
Okay, then thank you very much. It was very interesting to hear from your school, and I hope you will have a good time and probably have more fun in your school, or
Exactly.
or perhaps succeed one day to study law. That is still your hope.
Yeah, still my hope. Maybe the coming of 5 years or 10 years, maybe I can change my education and be a lawyer. Maybe you can find me now. I'm a lawyer from maybe the national court or what.
Yeah, that would be your dream. Okay, thank you for looking at this video. Goodbye.